Alright, One Piece 1160 is finally out, so let's get straight into it. So the chapter picks up where the last one left off, which is essentially at the very start of the hunting tournament on God Valley. And we see Teach, his mom, and what I'm assuming is the rest of the Davy clan. Me personally, I don't feel like Oda needs to do much more to already make us hate and really despise the celestial dragons, but I feel like in this chapter, for me anyway, it really hammered home how deplorable and detestable they are. That one panel with like the family, the husband and the wife holding the child, and the celestial dragon obviously like implying that he basically fires 3 times to wipe out that family, is just wild. And then we see the GOAT, the main man himself, putting one of the celestial dragons on a t-shirt. That is, I know when we come back to the current day, we're going to see more of that, but yeah. And then after that, I think from what my reading of this, my interpretation of this is like they wiped out basically Dragon's team. I don't know whether he was being insubordinate because he didn't follow orders, or because they were just planning to wipe out his team regardless of whether he helped Shanks' mom or not. Like, I don't know, someone tell me, but that's like my interpretation of that. And then we see the infamous Rocks Pirates panel spread. But of course, this time it's been recontextualized now that we actually know what the treasure of Hachinosu is. Now, from what I remember, I don't think the Fishman and Silverax were in the original panel. So why Oda added this, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it will be explained later, but who knows? It's nice obviously seeing Silverax like with the rest of like the main Rocks Pirates. Well, he's a main Rocks Pirate, but you know what I mean. And as if that wasn't enough, Dragon decides to one-up himself and save both Shanks and Shamrock. Now, of course, we know what happens to both of them. One becomes a pirate and one becomes a God's Knight. So the fact that Dragon had both of them, it'll be kind of interesting to see what transpired exactly for them to be split up in like the end. And then we see the Roger Pirates, the God's Knights, and Garp pull up for the epic confrontation that is going to be the God Valley incident. And of course, it is a break next week. Now, I'm not sure if it's a 1 week or 2 week break. Either or, like, this chapter was still great. Me personally, I thought that this chapter was going to be the actual start of the incident, but I feel like how impactful this incident is and the amount of influential people within the One Piece world that are on this island currently, I shouldn't have really expected Oda to really rush into it and just glaze over that fact that, yeah, this is happening, let's get straight to the incident. Like, there's so many things and so many layers that still need to be explained, and for us, the reader as well, to kind of understand especially certain characters' motives and what exactly happened and what transpired in this incident. So I wouldn't have expected him to rush it, but either way, I was hyped, and I'm still going to be looking towards 1161 in 2 to 3 weeks, whenever that is. So yeah.